everybody. Welcome back to Conversations with a Digital Strategist. I'm Jess, your neighborhood digital strategist. And things look a little different, don't they? Well, not that much, but you'll notice that I don't have my co host. And that is because she has moved over to her own podcast where she will be discussing all things food entrepreneurship. So, if you want to see more of Dee, check out the Profits from Your Kitchen podcast. That is where, if you are a food entrepreneur and you want to learn how to move your business forward, that's where you're going to go. But if you still got some questions about social media marketing, digital strategy, automating those systems, setting up your website and your shopping cart and all that kind of stuff, this is where you want to be. So, welcome to this episode. I'm super excited. It's been a few minutes since I last uploaded. A lot of things are going on here. Okay, we're doing a lot over here. So I kind of want to do this a little differently than I've been doing it. It felt very not me. So I'm just going to come at you the way I would if I was talking to a friend. Sound good to you? Because that sounds really good to me. Okay. So let me reintroduce myself. I'm Jess, and I'm a digital strategist. I've been a digital strategist for over 20 years. That's a long time. That's a very long time. But I digress. I have done it all. I've been a web designer. I've been a web developer. I've done social media marketing. I've done Google Analytics. I've done paid search and usability and accessibility and website management. And all of it kind of culminates to the hodgepodge that you see before you today. So, because I've had all of these different experiences, I'm kind of able to see things not from just one lens, but from different angles. I can look at a situation that you may be having and see it and say, oh, well, the problem actually isn't your social media, it's your landing page, or it's not your landing page. You just have the wrong KPIs, or your objective is wrong, or you need to tweak your expectations of what to expect in these type of situations. So I say I'm your neighborhood digital strategist because that's kind of what I am. I don't see myself as an expert or a guru. I just kind of see myself as Jess. So what does that mean? That means if you have questions, ask me. If you need some help, ask me. If you need a sounding board, ask me. Just ask, because I feel a certain kind of way about gatekeeping information. I think that, outside of the few things that I do sell to be able to pay the bills, I'm not in this to be super duper 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 rich. I'm in this because there's a lot of bad and wrong information out there on the internet. And I'm starting to see it have legs, and people are following these things, and they're not taking into consideration all the different caveats and all the different other angles. And because of that, people are failing. People that shouldn't fail are failing. And that irritates me a lot. So I'm going to do this a little differently. Yes, there are a ton of gurus out there that are going to tell you that social media is the way, and funnels are the holy grail. And I'm going to tell you some things that mirror what they say and a few things that don't. I'm basing my information on 20 years of doing this day in and day out for very large companies that surprisingly are also getting it wrong. So I go into a lot of companies and I'm like, okay, I'm here. You hired me. What do you need? And they're like, we want to do blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, You saw that on TikTok, didn't you? And I'm not laughing at them. I'm not laughing at them. Laughing with them. But yeah, yeah. Anyway, let's just get in today's episode. If you keep listening to my episodes, you will see the very starch difference between me and what we're going to call the gurus. Okay? Again, you have questions, comment them. You need some help? Email me. Send me a message. I'm on, where am I? I'm on Instagram and I'm on LinkedIn and I'm on Threads and I'm on Pinterest. Anyway, let's get into this episode, shall we? Okay, so today's episode, as I'm sure you saw in the title, is I'm equating building a audience with dating. Now, I'm single. How you doing? I'm single, and I've been single my whole life. Never been married. So I've done quite a bit of dating. I'm currently on a hiatus because sis is tired. I don't know about y'all, but I mean, have you looked out the window lately? Slim pickings. But building an audience is like the act of dating. So I want you to take only the act of dating, not necessarily the pool of candidates. Don't think about that. Only think about the actual act of dating, okay? You've got 5 technically stages of dating. You've got the initial meeting attraction. You've got the curiosity, interest, and infatuation. You've got enlightenment and becoming a couple. You've got engagement. That's the fun part. Get the ring. And then you've got the forever commitment or marriage, whatever your decision is. Some people don't want marriage. They just want a commitment forever, whatever. Whatever your shtick is, that final step where you're like, okay, we're going to do this and we're going to do this together till death do us part. That is the final stage 5. Okay. So when you're creating a audience, you're going to go through those 5 stages. And I'm going to explain each of those stages in detail because a lot of companies out there, especially smaller companies, are trying to skip from step 1 to step 5. And when you skip all the pieces in between, you're not building a relationship with the person, which means they can leave you at any time and say, look, we didn't really have a relationship. All of that was in your head, not in mine. There needs to be a mutually agreed upon relationship title. Okay. Um, if you think about when you date, think about it. If a guy walks up to you and goes, hey, how you doing? So next Tuesday, you, me, we're going to get married, have babies, and live happily ever after. You might look at him and go, okay, wait a minute, hold on, bro. I don't know you like that. I just met you. Like, what's your name? That's the kind of engagement that companies are doing now. It's here's my ad, here's my social media post, now buy from me. No, that's not the way this works. There are other companies that say, okay, here's my ad. Now, give me your email address and I'll give you something cool. I don't trust that you're going to give me something cool. You could it equates to strange person in a white van. Here's some candy, little kid. Would you like to get in my van? There's no relationship. I don't know you. You're just some random person that rolled up on the side of me in a white van asking me if I want some candy. No, I don't. I don't want your candy. I don't want we're puppy or whatever else you have in that creepy, dirty van. Okay. So let's go through the 5 stages and equate each one to your process of building your audience. And I'm looking down because I've got my notes here. So knowing and understanding your audience is like picking the right club or the right bookstore or the right supermarket or wherever it is that people find people nowadays. It could even be picking the right dating app. Okay. So you're picking the right place. Knowing where your audience is like picking the right place to go find them. Okay. If you're looking for a dude that loves coffee, then you would try all the coffee shops in your neighborhood or maybe some of the surrounding neighborhoods. If you want a dude, you want a female that absolutely loves wine, then you're going to go to some wine tastings in the area. You go where your people are going to be. Okay. So that's one. Two, when a person first sees your post, the very first time they see your first post, not necessarily the first post that you put out there, but the first time that they see a post from you is like you and a significant other, first time you're locking eyes from across the room. Okay. So you're looking, you're at the party, you're looking around, and tall, dark, and handsome is standing right in front of you. That moment that you lock eyes and you're like, I like what I see, that's the moment that your potential customer is seeing your post and they're like, I like what I see. It's speaking to me. It's what I want. It's what I've been wanting and needing. Okay. So then when you consistently publish content, you're courting them. So they see you, you start having this conversation with this person. They may even follow you. It's very low commitment, very low commitment. I'm just going to follow you. I'm not going to give you my email address. I'm not going to give you any of my information. I'll follow you on social media. So they get to following you, but you're consistently showing up. Okay. You're consistently sending out content and videos and podcasts and posts and carousels, all these things that are speaking to the needs and the wants of that target audience of that person. That's the same as, you're going on dates and you're trying to impress the other person. You show up with flowers, you show up with candy, you show up with a puppy, you show up with things that say, I like you and I want to invest in you. That's the stage that we're at now. Okay. Now, moving on. When you start to invite them to things or ask them to download your lead generators, your lead magnets, that is the weekend getaway. Okay. So that is a higher level commitment. We're not moving in together, but let's go on a trip. Let's take a look at the world together, So, when you invite them to your webinar, when you invite them to give you their email address in exchange for a checklist or an ebook or, some type of free session with you or something like that, that's where you got to take it up a notch. That's why I call it the weekend getaway. There is one of my favorite shows, and they took it off the air, is Bones. I absolutely love Bones. And in one of the episodes, early seasons, one of the characters, Angela, is talking to one of the main characters, Booth, about his girlfriend at the time. And they were getting ready to go to some Caribbean island to spend the weekend. And she said, oh, you've passed all the other stages and you've moved right into, you're ready for the next stage, which is the extended getaway where you guys are testing out living together. And oddly enough, because of that statement, they break up. Booth and his girlfriend break up because they're like, no, that's not where we're going. But that's the stage that this is. Okay. So you're in that, I want to get to know you on a deeper level. Let me show you myself on a deeper level. Let's go away together. That is this stage. Okay. So you want to make sure whatever content you're sharing with them, that it is top notch. I'm talking about bring your A game. I'm not talking about, oh, just a little bit of, just a taste of no, the tastes that you're giving people, that's back with your social media content. No. Now eventually you're going to pop the question. And in order to pop the question, they need to be in love with you. And in love with you doesn't come from piddly Annie little pieces of content, free pieces of content on social media. If you're going to invite them to your webinar needs to bring it. If you're going to ask them for their email address in exchange for an ebook, your ebook needs to solve a problem for them. You understand me? Okay. Now, moving on. When they make their first purchase, that very first purchase that they make of yours, of your product, that, my dear, is engagement. Okay. So, you are now engaged to be married. That means that they trust you enough to not just give you their email address, not just tell you what their name is, but pay for something from you. And whatever that low level first product is, it needs to be dynamic. It needs to be better than the weekend getaway. Okay. Not necessarily to the level of, your premier product or anything, but it needs to be dynamic. It needs to be quality. It needs to be exactly what they need. You need to deliver it in a way that they wanted it. You need to make it easy for them to make the purchase. Okay. All of these things fit together. If they purchase again, okay, their second purchase, or if they purchase a higher level product, now you're married. They're like, nope, everything you have given me up to this point has been amazing, and I trust you and I love you. And because I trust and love you, I'm going to support you. So what's the next thing you have? There's a common theme or something, whatever you want to call it, on social media that's like when somebody has something and it's like the thing that you want, you're like, here's my money. Here's my money. Here's all of my money. Take my money. Take it. When people get to that point, you're married. That means you need to be delivering the products, delivering the content, delivering the products, delivering the content, because now that's your spouse. They're going to be with you. Okay. They have dedicated themselves and part of their paycheck to you. That is a very high responsibility. So make sure that every time you have a touch point with them, you're earning that money. Okay. And then last but not least, which is not a step on here, so it would be like a bonus step, is if they refer your company. If they refer your company to their friends, their family, their community, the people that they are in their realm, that's your happily ever after. Okay, so that is the thing that's the pinnacle that you're trying to get to, is that happily ever after, where people are saying, not only do I buy from this person, I tell everybody I know about this person. And it doesn't matter what you're selling. These 5 steps and a bonus step go for every business out there. It doesn't matter what you're selling. Even if you're a government, the funny part about government is that they don't acknowledge the fact that people move in and out of communities because of government. There are certain states in this country I simply will not move to. I would love to live in some of these states. Absolutely. They're gorgeous, gorgeous states. I'd never live there solely because of the government. Solely. So if you think for one second that you're in an industry and you're like, nah, we don't really, we don't have to have a relationship with them. You're kidding yourself. That's not true. You have to have a relationship if you want people to engage with you. End of discussion. So what matters? Consistency matters. Consistently, you heard me before, consistently going around and around and around, giving them quality, which is another thing that matters, quality. Spending time to create the quality information that they need and that serves their needs on a consistent basis. That's how you get through these 5 steps. Also, honesty and transparency. Be honest with them. Look, I'm a one-man shop. I'm a one-man shop. I'm doing this on my own. I don't have a whole team. If you contact me, no, my assistant, my VA they're not gonna answer the phone. No, it's going to be me. If you send me an email, it's going to be me. Honesty, transparency, me. I'm the one that has this knowledge. I'm the one that has this experience. And so I'm the one that's coming to you, providing that value. So that's what you get. You get, in exchange for a few minutes of your day, you get me. You get the knowledge that I have as I honestly, transparently, and completely dump all of my knowledge into you. Okay. And then connection. You need that connection. So if you're doing something and you're connecting with people, they're going to reciprocate that. If you're going through it and you're tired and tired and tired of seeing all the gurus telling you this, telling you that, and then you run across me and I'm like, look, I know they out there and I know it's a lot of information, and the information, it's a lot. Like it's a lot to just swipe through Instagram. It's a lot. I know it. I see it. Look, how about I just break it down for you and just kind of explain it to you? And then if you have questions, you can ask me. And I'm not going to hide behind, a podcast network or a big conglomerate saying, well, I can't really talk to you because, no, this is a community. So come on over to the community. And then the last thing that matters is time. And this is one thing you're not going to hear. I told you I would tell you there's some things I'm going to say that you've heard before, and there's some things I'm going to say that you have not heard before. Well, this is one that you've not heard before. It's going to take time. No, you are not going to build this community of yours in 30 days or less. It's not going to take 3 months. It's not going to take a year. I have no idea how long it's going to take you. I don't. It depends on your audience, your product, your personality, your content, 100 different factors. The one thing I can tell you is just be prepared. If it doesn't take a long time, good for you. And if it does, you were prepared, you knew it was coming, you knew what it was going to be, and you were ready. Okay? So, time, invest the time, but don't stop. Consistency, consistency. Do it over and over again. Nobody's coming, Jess. Nobody's coming. They're coming. Give them a second. Nobody's coming. Nobody. Give it a second. Give it a second. They are coming. There are over 8 billion people on the planet. Trust me when I say, if you give it a moment, your people, your community will find you. I used to write ads, Google ads, for a woman who had a company that sold doorknobs. She sold doorknobs. She sold knobs. So doorknobs for doors, doorknobs for drawers, doorknobs for cabinets, all kind of knobs. You would think she's not going to be successful. She was extremely successful. She gave me a lot of money to invest in those ads. So Mama was making money, okay? And I was not mad at her. So I don't care what you're selling. I don't care what you're selling. Your community is out there. And if you are consistent, if you give it time, if you do quality work, if you're honest and transparent, and if you provide that connection, they will come. Okay? So what doesn't matter? That's what matters. What doesn't matter? Quantity. Oh, but I can't do, 40 reels a week. You ain't got to. That's not correct English. I don't care. You ain't got to. I'm being real with you. You ain't got to. 40 reels a week. Who's got time? Some of y'all got full-time jobs. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's what we're not going to do. Quantity doesn't matter. Consistency matters. Quality matters. Quantity, not so much. Get out there. Say something. You have something to say. Say it. What doesn't matter? What you say what you say, what you promise. Stop promising people stuff. Stop promising people stuff. Tell them what you're going to do. Fine. Do it? Yes. Don't promise, oh, you're going to make $50 million in 2 hours. That's a lie. Stop lying, people. Stop making promises. Do it. Do it. Don't say it. Do it. Okay? All right. The size of the ring. So a lot of people, if you've noticed over the years, that ring has gotten bigger. Oh, you can make 4 figures in 3 months. Then it was, I can help you make 6 figures in 2 days. Then it was, oh, 7 figures. Now I'm starting to hear people 8 figure. Oh my God, please stop. Please stop. You can lose 400 pounds in 22 minutes with this shake. Please stop. I need you to stop. We're all tired. No. Okay. So the size of the ring does not matter. What you can do for them, the thing that they can expect is change. How much change is going to be on them? That's not going to be on you. Do you understand? It's not going to be on you how much they change. I help people create their digital products. Now, I've got a cohort coming up and I say, okay, over the next 8 weeks, we're going to work on this digital product and I'm going to walk you through the process. Am I telling you you're going to make $1 million in 8 weeks? No. Am I even going to tell you that you're going to complete your product in 8 weeks? No, maybe that's up to you. Mama, you got to do that. I don't have to do that for you. You see what I mean? So as you're working with your customers and your clients and you're telling them you can do this for them and you can do that for them, it's based on the work they need to do. And you need to be honest and tell them that. Timing, when you post. Lots of people say, oh, you got to post at a certain time. No, no. Post. Your post will be there when people get online. Post. Your post will be on there when people get online. Posting consistently, they'll see you consistently. Post inconsistently, they may or not see you. It's hit or miss. Consistency. That's the key here. Not what time you post. No, I got to post at 10 o'clock. No. Okay? And then last is perfection. Trust me, I am saying this to you as a perfectionist. Perfection is a myth. It's fake. It's a fraud. It's something created by some probably boogeyman that we don't know that wants us all to fail or go crazy. One of the two. Perfection is not real. So stop trying to get it perfect. Sit down and do it. I'm sitting in front of you right now doing it. Why can't you? You are no better than me. You are no worse than me. We are the same. Do it. Okay? That's the key, not perfection. So I said a whole lot, and you might need to listen to this episode one more again. Okay? You can listen to it as many times as you want to. Anyway, that's the end. I needed you to understand that building an audience is a process, just like dating another human is a process. And it's something that you need to move through each of the steps. How fast or slow you move is up to you and all those things that I mentioned. But you do need to hit all 5 of those stages. You cannot go from just, hey, my name's John, give me all your money. That's a holdup. That's a stick up. That's robbery. That's illegal, or at least it should be online. So, what else did I want? Oh, I wanted to tell you about the newsletter. I have a newsletter now. I do. I got a newsletter. So if you go to smartbusinesscollective.com, smartbusinesscollective.com, you can sign up for the newsletter. I send it out every week. And every week you get a really, really good piece of information. And I'm not talking about a little itty bitty article. I'm talking about these are running between 10 and 15 minutes to read. But I'm trying to do a download of what's in my head. So take a look at the different articles. You can see past articles that I've written. You can get through, if you're not subscribed, you can get through the first few paragraphs before you have to subscribe. But it's extremely inexpensive. I am not asking for hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm not even asking for $100. Hell, I don't even ask for a 20 spot. Because again, information needs to be accessible and it needs to be accessible to all. So that's what I'm doing. Also, I did mention the cohort. Cohort starts in January. It's not ready yet. It's not ready to sign up. So if you're interested and you're like, ooh, that sounds good. Okay, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet, but I am going to release it. Registration is going to open September 15th. So if you're interested, um, I will put the link in the show notes or in the description of this video, so you can take a look at it. Like I said, registration opens September 15th. It's 8 weeks, and you, me, and a few other people are going to walk through setting up a digital product. So, a blog, a YouTube channel, a podcast, an online coaching program, an online course, whatever type of digital product you want to come up with, we're going to walk through creating it from start to finish. And it's going to do two things. One, I'm gonna hold you accountable. So you're gonna work on it every week. Every week, we're going to do something. And then I'm going to also help you build the buzz, build your audience, start selling, market it, launch it, collect payment. From A to Z, we're gonna do it all. And we're gonna do it in 8 weeks, which is, this is not going to be for the faint of heart. If you are the kind of person and you're like, I'm sick of this job, I can't do this another year, this is going to be the thing for you. Like, it's going to be specifically for people that are really motivated to get this bad boy up and running. And so that's going to be super, super fun. Okay. I've talked your ear off. I'm rambling at this point. I'm going to let you go. Thank you for joining me today. This has been so much fun. I'm so excited. Okay. I will see you next week in the next episode, and we're going to talk about some really good stuff next week. So do not miss it. If you are not subscribed to this podcast, what else are you doing, boo-boo? I need you to subscribe. Okay. So go ahead, do that, and then go get you something to eat. And I'll see you back here this next week, same place, same time. Catch you later.